I'm an addict for sneakers.
What's good? Back up in the building. It's your boy DJ Dells back with a brand new sneaker podcast here at the Sneaker Addict Show for the weekend. I was gonna not do one this week because last week it was a lot I spoke about. It was a 40+ minute long podcast, longer than what it's usually. And you know, I'm gonna work on trying to develop myself to even give you longer podcasts. You know, it's a lot when you're by yourself and you don't have someone to ping pong back with, like a co-host. Maybe in the future I will have a co-host. Maybe in the future I will have guest co-host. Could be something fun. But last week's podcast was really good. It was 40+ minutes long, and I spoke about a lot of stuff. The new Jordan releases coming out, like the Jordan 7 sweater, the 8 3-peat, all those Jordans that are coming out. So if you want to hear me speak about those, if you want to hear me speak about more thoughts on the Kanye West shoe, what else do I speak about? I'm pretty sure also resellers. A lot of good stuff, man. It's a lot of different topics. It's 40 minutes, and I don't just drag on one topic. Definitely press pause right now and check that out, and then come back because it's a must listen to. Sometimes I'll knock one out a day or two later. You know, I'm reading the comments, and I can tell that it's not as good as the one that I did the week before. Sometimes I'll read comments, I could tell people are enjoying it more than the one I did the week before. And this one I could tell by the comments people are really digging it. So definitely check it out. And make sure to hit the like button too, because I really pay attention to all that stuff. I always pay attention to comments, the like button, feedback. Also, guys, if there's anything that you missed that I stopped doing in the past, let me know, because I've been doing this for a long time. I mean, I've been on YouTube for like 7 years between this channel and my older channel, DJ Dells TV. I forget stuff sometimes. I've had a few people tell me, you know, they missed the unboxing videos that I used to do on my couch. I started doing those again. If there's anything that you missed that I may have stopped doing years ago, let me know. Just remind me, because, you know, as time goes on, sometimes I feel like I need to switch stuff up a little bit. Please tell me, and I'll try the best to deliver that. You know, I want to have you guys that have been subscribed to me throughout the years to still be happy with what I put out there, and that's why I do it. I do it to make you guys happy and to entertain you guys. I enjoy that. I enjoy entertaining people, and I love sneakers. So, you know, if I get to talk and review sneakers and it makes you guys happy, then that makes me happy. You know, as cheesy as it sounds, it is what it is. That's just what it is. So, we're going to do this podcast, though, right now. I'm about to grab my cell phone, look at my Instagram, because I asked you guys earlier what you guys want me to speak about. And if you're not following my Instagram and want to be more interactive with me when it comes to these podcasts, just make sure you're following my Instagram. And I will definitely try to get to everyone's questions. If I miss your question, it's probably because I already spoke about it on older podcast, probably even last week's. Once again, if you haven't listened to last week's, please hit pause, check it out. I guarantee you're going to enjoy it. Let's get into these questions. We got Shoes Army 11 wants me to speak about these gold Ewings with Packer shoes. I'm pretty sure this is a collaboration with Tiana Taylor, and then they also have a collaboration with Fabulous going on. Now, I am about 90% sure the ones with Fabulous are like this Gucci kind of colorway I've seen a few images of, and I will have more info on that eventually on my blog when I get more info on it. I've seen quick photos. I know that Tiana Taylor and Fabulous met up with Patrick Ewing recently. I think it was yesterday, matter of fact. I've seen some photos of that. And I think it's great, man. Both of them are great. I got a lot of love for both of them. Fab, you know, that's the homie, man. Tiana Taylor, love that chick. She's definitely, you know, she's got that swag to her, you know, that energy, which I love. I met her a long time ago, which is funny because when I met her, it was with Fabulous, which is pretty wild. It's a coincidence. I met her at Sony Studios listening to one of Fabulous's albums. He had a listening session. There was, you know, a handful of us there. who was there also? Red Cafe was there. Blue Da Vinci was there. There's a bunch of people there. Got to listen to Fab's album with him. You know, it was crazy. But I met her there at Fab's listening session. And her mom. You know, she was like 16 at the time. I'm going to try to dig up some photos before posting this. I'll show you the photos if I find them. If not, I'll post them on Instagram eventually. I think I know where they are. I think I'm looking at the actual junk drive that I have old photos on. So I'll probably show you them real quick. This was a long time ago, though. I mean, she's way older than 16 now. But, you know, it's cool seeing people putting out shoes that aren't athletes. I'm not an athlete. And I would love to put out a shoe. Maybe one day I will, you know. Who knows? Dream of mine. But as far as judging the shoe, I can't really judge it because I haven't seen much of it. I've seen just quick here's and there's. But I'm happy for them. Happy for both of them. I like them both a lot. They're both cool peoples. We've got Derek G. Wants to know my thoughts on the Stan Smith Pharrell Adidas shoes. They're cool. I've reviewed a bunch of them. And he also, I've noticed, wants me to speak about the Superstars that are coming out in a bunch of different colorways. I love that. It's 50 different colors. I'm loving that. I think that's real great. I actually hit up Adidas and Pharrell's people. I sent them a funny tweet circling the actual color I like. And they retweeted it and they got a kick out of it. Shout out to Sneaker Box Clyde. He thought that was kind of funny too. I noticed he was retweeting that and laughing about that. But yeah, man, I love Pharrell, man, what he does, man. And, you know, he's a creative guy and, you know, he's got a lot of great energy to him. And I dig Pharrell since, you know, I first heard him, you know, back in the days with Chad. And, you know, he's an awesome guy, man. He's really a cool dude. That's my thoughts on that from Derek G. Shout out to Derek G for the question. Now, let's go with a question from Andrew. Wants me to speak about the outrageous prices with Kanye West and Adidas. You know, I thought Kanye West was linking up with Adidas so that we'd have shoes that were more accessible for us and clothing that was, you know, more affordable also. And I see selling sweatshirts or sweaters for like $410 and they're just plain, looks like something you could buy at Walmart, you know. I don't know what to say, man, but, you know, I think that this is clothing for rich people, like, not people that got money, rich people that are driving sick cars, live in mansions, that, you know, they are looking to just blow their money. I don't think this is clothing for people that are doing good. Well, I guess if you're doing good, yeah, why not? For a middle class person, I don't think that this is something worth buying. I think you could buy something that's way hotter than something that's just plain. I mean, from what I've seen from the line, it looks just like plain sweatshirts. I don't see why you would spend that much money on it. So I'm not interested in anything that I've seen so far. I'm really beginning to feel a disconnect with Kanye West as far as where he's going. The new song that he has out is hot. All the new music he has that's out is hot. Wolves is just so dope. I wish they put out like a actual real version of that because I'm dying to hear like the real, like, official studio version of that. That song sounds so crazy. But the new song he got out was supposed to be a song, from my understanding, from what I heard from French Montana a long time ago, that was a song that he had for his album. And I guess he gave it, and now he's a producer on that song because he helped put it together, from my understanding now. But he's not on it, but it kind of sounds like a French Montana song. The producer, you know, made the song for French. Even the way the drums are set on it, how it has those little breaks, like you can hear his drums, like that's that French wave, you know, that he's on now. I like the song. I kind of wish French Montana was on the song. Since it kind of got that feel. You may not hear it, but you may not have even known that that song was originally a French Montana song with Kanye West on it. So, you know, but I like the music still. But as far as the gear, the clothing, even the shoes, I'm a big fan of Kanye West, and I still don't have the Yeezy Boost shoes. If I was such a big fan, I would have had them already if I really needed them. And I guess I don't really need them that much because, you know, I could drop $800 on them if I really needed them, but I don't really need them, you know. I can't see this holding weight. I really cannot see the Yeezy Boost holding weight like the Nike Yeezy 1 and 2. Like, the Nike Yeezy 2 is just superior. I was looking at the Yeezy 1. I still want the Yeezy 1s. I used to have them, but they were too big, so I ended up getting rid of them. But if you really look at the Yeezy 1 and the Yeezy 2, the Yeezy 2 is so much hotter than the Yeezy 1. And the Yeezy 2 is so much hotter than the Yeezy Boost, in my opinion. And the Yeezy, there's this low top Yeezy, which someone was actually wanting me to speak about that. That's actually the next question, which I'll shout out real quick. Alex Reyes, I'm pretty sure I'm saying your last name right. If not, my apologies. He wants me to speak about, you know, this Yeezy Boost low. I think it's called the Yeezy Boost 350, 300, 350, somewhere around that number. But it retails for $210, which is being reported. And I just, I might as well shout out this guy too, D. Martin, because I'm talking about what he's asking me also, looking at his comment. But with my opinion on it and the price, which is reported to be $250, as I was saying, it's okay. I mean, it's just not screaming out Kanye West to me. It's not nothing that's so, like, wow. Like, I'm not getting that when I look at that. Like, I'm not seeing it when I see that. And I'm not seeing me paying for that either. I don't think that that shoe is that hot. It's not whack. Since it's a low top kind of runner, I'd rather pay $180 for a pair of Adidas Ultra Boost shoes that are actually out now that you can actually get, which I did a full detailed review and I absolutely love. I think those look hotter than what I've seen on feet at the fashion show and the little pictures here and there that's leaked on the internet. So that's my opinion on the shoe. Now moving on, So Deaf wants to know, do I think Jordan Brand is oversaturating the market with the amount of retros colorways releasing every year? Do you think they should focus more on OG colorways? I think that, you know, Jordan Brand's doing just fine. The only thing that they're doing that's not fine is raising the price and giving us bad quality shoes still with certain models. The 7s are not that great as far as the paint. Seems like the people at the factories are rushing while they're painting them arches by the midsole. Glue stains on some of them. People were complaining about the Oreos being terrible. My pairs I bought multiple pairs because I was so impressed by them. I had no problems, but people had problems with that shoe. It's still the same old song and dance, you know. Maybe they gave us a little bit better quality materials on the upper, but, you know, besides that, I think everything else they're doing is fine. I just don't like how they're jacking up the price with these old shoes and telling us they're giving us better this, that, and the third. They should just be giving us better quality to begin with, being that these are old-ass shoes. So that's my opinion on that. I don't think that they need to slow down or focus on more OG colorways. I know some people hate the new colorways, but there's people that like the new colorways. There's people that think it's fun to see other colorways. And I think that, you know, just because you don't like something or I don't like something doesn't mean that it's not, you know, good for them to put this or that product out. As much as I will look at something and say this is ugly as hell, someone's looking at it and saying they love it, so let them enjoy it, you know. It's really my opinion on that. Moving on. There's a lot of questions. I'm trying to find where I was at. Okay. Luxury Tax wants to know, should they make Jordan elite retros like Kobe, LeBron, KD? They kind of did something like that. They were putting out, like, for instance, Jordan 2.0s, and they removed the actual midsole, outsole, and they replaced it with a 360 air unit. They did something else, not putting a 360 air unit, but they did something else where they changed the tech up on a Jordan 8.0. They did that, I think, 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. They didn't call them elites. They just called them 2.0s, 8.0s. Didn't do too well. I liked the Jordan 2.0. I thought that was pretty cool. They made it a 360 air unit. The 8.0 was not something I liked. But I think if you were going to play in them, you know, it was probably nice to see them switch up the tech. They also did it with the Jordan 1. They gave us a Jordan Alpha. They switched up the sole to make it more comfortable. Wasn't really a success at all. You can actually still get those Alphas though on Nike ID. You can actually design your own Air Jordan 1 Alpha, which is an Air Jordan 1, but it just has a better outsole, mid outsole, you know. What's your thoughts on the new Nike sneaker app? People are getting notifications saying the Wheats are releasing tomorrow. My name is Cal Bray Plateau. I can't even say your name, my guy. I'm sorry. I got the app. I didn't get a notification. I had to search around for it and click to be notified. I'm hearing that it's going to be available tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I find out more info, which I'm sure I will post it on my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. I would say go there at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because I keep hearing this word about that, and I will try to post as much information to help you guys out. That is my blog that I work on to help you guys out. Always go to my blog. You should be going to thesneakeraddict.com at least once a day. I always recommend going at 9:30 a.m. right before release time, and then go back in the afternoon during lunch, and then go back again later on in the evening. There was a crazy bunch of deals going on, and man, and people were able to score like LeBron 12s for like $135. I copped the pair of KD 7s for $87. Like, there was crazy sales going on the past couple of days. I was able to help out a ton of people that are balling on a budget get their kicks. If you follow my Twitter, if you follow the blog every day, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're missing out, man. Especially the heads that are balling on a budget. Just go to my blog every day, once a day, and scroll down. Go every evening. You know, go once in the morning. Follow my Twitter. It's going to help you out. This sneaker app is so overrated. I did a review on it. If you haven't seen the review, I go through the app for people that are wondering more about it. Definitely check that. I'll put a link in the description box below so you can watch that review. Super overrated. People that are hyping up the app are just people that just want you to feel like, you know, they're cooler than you. They got the app and you don't, like on some childish shit. It's not that great, alright? Keep that in mind. Go to the blog, follow my Twitter. It's just like going to the app, man. You still gotta check out. I mean, it makes you check, it lets you check out quicker. You still gotta wait. Though at the end of the day, it's way overhyped, man. It's way overhyped. Mike Torres, I'm not speaking about that dude, man. Sorry, buddy, but I'll shout you out. Glory Boy 300. What do you think about the Nike Foamposite Pro Gym Red that's coming out next month? I think it's cool. The first images I thought were kind of trash, and then I seen more images. It looks better. It's cool. I mean, you know, I love red. It's my favorite color, so I like them, you know. As long as it's right, the red is right. Keeping it moving, Swag T1 wants to know, I always hear how the sneaker community used to be so different back in the day, but me not knowing much about it, being born in the late 90s, I would love to hear your perspective of how the sneaker game has changed from when you were younger to now. Well, it's very simple. Back in the days, the sneaker game was not really called the sneaker game. It was just people that were just into fresh pairs of kicks, and they'd just go to the store and buy their kicks and wear them. It was just as simple as that. You know, people weren't like now where it's collectibles and this, that, and the third. That's just what it was back then. It was just all about finding the sneaker that someone else in your neighborhood didn't have, you know. And when you'd break them out, you know, you'd have the girl down the block saying, "Oh man, I like your sneakers, you know, those are hot, you know, I like, that's a nice outfit." Like, that's what it was back then. Like, and it's as simple as that. That's just wrapping up that question. As simple as that. We'll keep it moving with Red Strong. How do you feel about the show Empire? I know I'm gonna make some of you guys sick. I have not watched one episode of Empire. I want people to tweet me and explain to me this show. Everyone keeps talking about it, how it's so great. What is it about? Like, what the hell is this show about? Let me know more about this. The show that I'm watching a lot right now, like weekly, is Better Call Saul, which is the spin-off from Breaking Bad. That's the one show I'm watching a lot, which I like. You know, it's kind of slow because it's like, you know, they're developing the characters and whatnot. I loved how they brought back Tuco in the first couple of episodes. Thought that was great, but, you know, I'm looking forward to possibly checking out Empire. We'll see. Alright, and moving on, we will get to this question from Alex. Wants to know my thoughts on the Easter pack with Nike. The Kobe, it's okay. I posted images yesterday on the blog. If you haven't seen them yet, just go to the blog, thesneakeraddict.com. The KD 7, it's okay. I'm not like crazy about it. It's okay. And the LeBron, I forgot what that looks like off top. Maybe there's no images out yet. I'm just trying to think. I can't think of what it looks like off top. So I probably will speak more about that later on, I'm sure, when it's getting closer to Easter. Ja wants me to speak about, well, he's just saying I loves the Ultra Boost. He doesn't want to wear anything else. I definitely agree. The shoe is really something special. I did a review on it. I will put that in the description box below. That will be to my blog where the review is, plus an on-foot look and more info on the shoe. So definitely check that out. If you're curious about the Adidas Ultra Boost, you definitely want to check out that. Moving on. Zara Gaza 77. I'm trying to say your screen names right. Sorry, guys. Talk about how all the shift from people rocking J's to rocking Asics, New Balance, Sauconys, Saucony, where before they were just made fun of. Well, I never really heard of people making fun of people wearing those shoes. Maybe where you're from, but I mean, people I know have always been wearing those shoes for many years. Even when I was just beginning on YouTube, would say like 6-7 years ago, I was reviewing Asics already. I was reviewing a ton of Asics. So I can't agree with you on that. I would say maybe the people that are just beginning to get into sneakers now are like that. So I don't agree with you on that. Sorry, buddy, you know. And it's nothing personal. It's just opinions. That's going back to like that question about how sneakers were different then and now. Like, people weren't making fun of people for what they wore on their feet unless they were dirty shoes. Then you got made fun of. If you're wearing some shoes that you looked like you stepped in shit in and there was dirt all over it, then you got made fun of, you know. But as long as your sneaker was clean, you were fly, you know, more or less. Versus now, a lot of follow the leader type of shit going on, you know. But I don't agree with that with this comment right here. But I appreciate your comment because some people think just like that. And people are going to want to talk about that in the comment box. I know that. But shout out to you for the comment. I definitely want you to not think that I'm like trying to like be rude to you or anything like that. Shout out to A+ Arab. I don't really understand your question, but I just wanted to shout you out because I'm reading this right now and you always show a lot of love on Instagram. Make sure to use the hashtags Team DJ Dells and DJ Dells, and I try to always check everyone's photo and like them. Shout out to Brian Reyes. Jedi_Lou wants to know how I preserve my sneakers from cracking over time and falling apart. Those gel packs is really important. Keeps the moisture from the midsoles. Also, when you get sneakers like Air Jordan 3s, make sure you try them on. Apply pressure to that midsole so the paint gets used to pressure. That first couple of steps it needs, you know, before you leave it in the box for a couple of years to marinate. I understand not everyone wants to wear their shoes as soon as they get them. They want to break them out later on. You got to wear them first for a little bit so that that paint is used to pressure being applied. You can't just break out a pair of shoes that's 4 or 5 years old, give or take, that's never had that kind of pressure applied as far as with the paint. It's not going to be able to handle that and it's going to crack. I learned that mistake the hard way. I ruined pairs of flip Air Jordan 3s, you know, bunch of Air Jordan 3s besides that, where I bought them. I said, let me buy extra pairs, keep them to the side, wear them later on, kill it. And I literally just killed them by not trying them on in the first place and wearing them a little bit just to let that paint, you know, recognize that pressure that's going to be applied later on again. You got to do that. It's a very valuable tip, okay? So, keep that in mind. And watch my Air Jordan White Cement 3 review. It's very detailed. I talk more about taking care of your Jordan 3s, and I talk about the history of the shoe besides the slam dunk contest. There's a lot of great history to that shoe. So definitely check that one out. Next question. Gamer Shees. Honestly, you're getting cocky, bruh. The way you speak right now, it's kind of different. But I still love your videos though. Hashtag change the attitude. Hashtag I'm addicted to sneakers. Well, I think that you are bugging because I think I was nice in this video. Because I know I try to be extra nice and even told people to say their actual names so I could shout them out if they wanted that. Let's listen to this.
Let me know if I should do a new podcast today, and if so, what should I speak about? Leave your comments. If you want me to shout you out too, leave your name, and if I pick your question, I will shout you out.
Oh my god, the attitude, right? You see what I deal with, man? I mean, if that wasn't nice, then I don't know what is. I literally said, you know, in the 15 seconds that I have, which is not much, you know, I'm asking you guys what you want me to speak about, and even going asking what your name is so that I could even shout you out if you'd like that. And this person has the audacity to say that I have an attitude. This is just what I have to deal with day to day with the internet. And, you know, hey, this is what, you know, you signed up for, being public to the world. You're going to get people that are crazy sometimes. I thought that I was very nice, and hey, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I think this guy's a little bit crazy right here, and if he thinks he knows me, you're a little nuts too. I hate to break it to you, okay? Because that's how I am. I'm exactly like I am in that video. Moving on. 6'3 OG. Jim, red Foamposites or Yeezy Boost? I'll take the Foamposites over the Yeezy Boost. More time that's gone by, the less I'm into the shoe. I don't even care to have them anymore. I really don't. I'm over it. Sneaker Cowboy. Do you think the Yeezys will have more than 2 or 3 colorways? I think so. I think so. They're definitely going to make more colorways, and I'm sure they'll even make more pairs of this colorway. They're just feeding us slowly just to create buzz and hype. That's my opinion. Shout out to Tex the Sneaker Cowboy. Shout out to A Sneaker Soul. Shout out to Jonah 05. I see them in the comment box. Keeping it going. Morgie 615 says, these throwback 90s Puff Daddy era glasses, laugh out loud. No hate, bro. That's like saying, no offense, but I don't like your glasses. Like no one asked you in the first place. I swear. People like say stuff on the internet that they would never say in person, like because they would know better, because it would be rude to say, you know what I mean? It's amazing how like people say stuff that's rude. Like I'm not offended, but it's humorous to me. Like I'm looking at this guy, like, and this guy is dressed like he's wearing like a $2 outfit, you know? And there's nothing wrong with wearing a cheap outfit, but don't criticize someone else what they wear and then you look like shit, you know? That don't add up, you know? I swear. Moving on. Finally, some actual questions. Soul Conspiracy. What is the most sought after shoe I own? I would probably say the Eminem Jordan 2. Because, you know, it's real popular. It's definitely rare. 313 pairs. So I would probably say that. I have shoes that are more rare than that shoe, but they're not sought after like that one. I would say that that's a sneaker a lot of people would really dream to have. I never thought I would have that. When I was able to get it for retail from Jordan on the internet, it was just incredible. The feeling, man, of checking out and then actually getting the package delivered to me and unboxing it. I did an unboxing when I first got it years ago. Go to DJ Del's TV on YouTube and just search for that Eminem episode if you want to see that unboxing. Real bad quality, but you could just see like the first time me actually seeing the shoe. Maybe I'll repost it on this channel if you guys want to see that. Maybe I'll do that. Leave your comments, leave your thoughts. But man, it was so great, man. And I still have it today, and I'm never going to sell it. You know, it's good to see once in a while us winning and not the resellers buying a shoe, you know, that they really don't care about. They just want to flip it and make their money and sell it to someone that does care about, you know, the actual product, the actual shoe. Like, it's unfortunate how some people like us, you know, people that really love sneakers have to, we don't have to, we're not forced to, but, you know, like, if we really want something, you know, these resellers take advantage of us. And, you know, they snatch the product before we get a chance to buy it. And then they resell it to us. And that's what I don't like about, like, how some sneakerheads, they accept that. Like, they are cool with resellers. And, like, they like that. Like, to me, that shit is so foul. Like, what they do, man. Like, it's so foul. Because they work against us, you know. Just think about it. Someone that's reselling that, for instance, that Eminem 2 or the Yeezy 2 Red October, they took your spot of possibly getting them for box price, you know, and then they're making mad money off of it. And it's not even hating that they made the money off of it. It's just that, damn, man, you know, it's a shame that shoe could have went to someone that could never pay $5 grand for the shoe, you know, that had $245 if it was for the Yeezy or $110 for that Eminem Jordan 2, like, you guys know what I'm saying. It's just wild the way the sneaker game is, quote unquote. It's crazy. But yeah, that's definitely my most sought after shoe, I would say, from the outside, people from the outside looking in at my collection. I would say so. Moving on. Let's see. My phone keeps dying, and then I keep charging it up, trying to catch up. So many more comments coming in too. Make sure to hit that like button right now if you haven't yet. Let me know that you enjoy these podcasts, so I just continue to do them. It's a lot of work, but I don't mind as long as I notice that people are actually checking them out. Ratchet Mike 28. Do you think they will ever re-release the Bin series? I highly doubt it, but I have a funny feeling they will be doing that with the Dornbeckers throughout the years. They will be doing that. But I don't think so with the Bins. I hope so. That would be cool. He also wants to know what's my favorite LeBron silhouette. And that is the LeBron 9. Definitely check out my LeBron 9 collection. Hypebeast123, what's my pick for the NBA Finals? I would say, man, it's a tough one. I'd like to see the Cavs win because I love a good story. And it would be cool to see LeBron win a championship going back home. And on top of that, me as a New Yorker, they got Shump and they got my guy J.R. Smith over there now from the Knicks. I think it would be really cool to see them win a championship, man. I really like that. And also, Kyrie Irving is great, man. Big fan of Kyrie Irving. I would like to see them win. Just never know with Atlanta. Atlanta's like the new Spurs, in my opinion, you know? That old school basketball, I call them the new Spurs. And you just never know, though. They may end up knocking the Cavs out. It could happen. I don't see the Bulls doing it. And as far as on the West, man, it's just tough to see. I don't think that the Clippers will do it. I think that they will only get so far. You never know with the Rockets. We got to see what happens when Dwight Howard becomes healthy again. And also, it's kind of unpredictable what's going to go on with OKC. What's going to happen when Kevin Durant gets back? Is the chemistry going to get back to where it was before and not, you know, explosive? Like right now, you see Russell Westbrook is so explosive, but at the same time, he's not a finisher all the time. He fucks up at the end here and there just from him just being so explosive and almost like a spaz at times and not making the right moves. I remember a few games ago, I think it was last week, you know, he could have won the game, just a simple layup, but he decided to do a reverse layup and totally fuck up the shot. He could have won the game, just like last night. Serge was wide open. He could have threw the pass. Serge would have knocked that mid-range, screwed that up. So it's tough to call it. I don't think the Spurs are going to do it unless, you know, they wake up. But right now, it's just not looking good. I like the Spurs. I'm a big fan of them. I love Pop. You know, I love Duncan. Tony Parker is an incredible point guard. But the way they're playing, it's just not happening this year. I mean, you got Kawhi Leonard, like, is he even playing? Like, what's going on with this guy? He's, like, not delivering. My prediction for the finals will be the Cavs, I would say, versus the Golden State Warriors. I think that's going to be it. I would like to see that. And if the Golden State Warriors win, I won't be mad at that. I will be a little disappointed that Mark Jackson, you know, didn't walk off with a championship, because I feel like Mark Jackson deserved another chance. And I think that was really unfair how Mark Jackson got the boot last year. I thought that was a crock of shit, you know, just because Steve Kerr, there was a lot of hype built up with Steve Kerr because he was going to, you know, maybe go with Phil over in New York, and, you know, all that shit was brewing, and then they ended up snatching him over at Golden State. I really like Golden State, though, man. They play some great basketball, and we'll see. Only time will tell, but I would like the Cavs to win, and if not the Cavs, I would really like to see Golden State win. I really enjoy watching Golden State basketball. I really just love basketball. I really don't have one particular team that I'm rooting for more than others I favor, because, you know, after a while your teams get broken up, your favorite players move on to different teams, they get too old. It's a tough call. I just love watching. I try to watch as much basketball as possible. So just to make it clear, I would say the Cavs or Golden State. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of shocker and Atlanta just knocked the Cavs off and made it to the finals. You just never know, man. As I said, they're like the new Spurs. And I know there's going to be someone in the comment box that's going to say, what about Portland, though? Portland ain't going to do anything with Matthews gone now. Unfortunately, Matthews got injured. There's no way they're going to be able to do it with just Aldridge and Lillard. I mean, unless Lillard starts playing better. He hasn't been playing well also lately. He's been kind of slacking a little bit. And I hate to say that because I'm a huge fan of him. But lately, he hasn't been carrying that weight, man. And Aldridge, you know, he's not in the best of health also. He played a great game yesterday. But, you know, I just don't think they could do it without Matthews. Matthews is a big piece to that team. Big piece to that team. If you follow them, you know that, you know. So that's my thoughts on them too, because I know someone's going to say, what about them though? I know that. With the though at the end. Let's continue on. We're going to end this soon too, man, because this podcast is getting super long like last week's. But I don't mind. As long as you guys enjoy listening, that's all I care about. I just don't want to waste my time. I don't mind putting in that work, and because it is work when I'm recording and putting it together. It's just a lot of work putting it all together. But afterwards, I enjoy it as long as you guys enjoy it. Let's see. Let's get through a few more because I want to get through as many as I can. A-Rod 703. Will the countdown pack ever release again? All those Jordan countdown packs. I think it will. I'm sure it will. And like, it's going to be a while. Maybe like 5-10 years from now. Next, we got Rashid wants to know. And I knew that was his name before even reading it, because I remember him asking me a question last week. Rashid wants to know, what's my thoughts on Kanye West? Do I feel like, you know, he lied to us saying that the shoe is going to be more accessible and it isn't? I don't think he lied to us. I think he just, you know, didn't realize that it was going to be not exactly like he thought it was going to be. And that's the case. Kanye West doesn't put out the shoe. Adidas puts out the shoe. And a lot of us, well, not me, but a lot of people forget that sometimes because Kanye West is, you know, such a big household name. He's not Adidas. Adidas is Adidas. He is doing something with Adidas, man. Adidas is the company. If you're going to be annoyed at anyone, it's Adidas. You can't be annoyed at Kanye. You can only do so much. So that's my opinion on that. And next we got E-Price the King. He wants to know if I think they're going to put out another pack with a Jordan 11 in it along with a separate Jordan 11 like they did this year that passed. I think so. I heard that they are, but you know, that's just rumors. Nothing set in stone yet. I would like them to. That would be cool as long as it would be more accessible. That Pantone pack was kind of limited. I still don't have it. Wish I did. Next question is from Akeem. He wants to know how I feel about the LeBron 12 low. I like it. I think it's hot. The all red one is hot. I like the other one, though, better. I definitely want that other one also. The Arnold Palmer colorway, that one's super hot. Next question, Sonic.the. How do I feel about the Jordan Hair ones? They're cool. I mean, they've released them years ago. They sat on the shelves. I don't think that'll be the case this time. Air Jordan 1s are way more popular now because Jordan marketed them right by making them so limited, and now people want them, you know, so it's going to be different this year. Next question, we've got A. Pooter. Wants to know, what's the most epic year with sneakers? 2012, 2013, 2014. All those years were insane. I don't remember what released in any of those years except last year's, because I just yesterday watched my best of 2014. And man, it was an amazing year. I got most of the shoes I wanted. I was lucky to be able to get all of them, being that, you know, they make sneakers so fucking difficult to buy. And it's so annoying. It's like I'm buying the shoe. It's not like I'm getting it for free, you know? It's like I'm paying for it still. Why you gotta make it difficult? I'm buying the damn shoe. You're not giving it to me. I'm buying it. The only shoes that I wasn't able to get that I really wanted was the Lance Mountain ones, which was really special because when I was a kid, I skateboarded. And I loved Lance Mountain and the Bones Brigade with Mike McGill, Tony Hawk and the gang. And it just pissed me off that I wasn't able to get that shoe because I really wanted that bad, and I still want that shoe. 8.5, 9, or a 9.5. If anyone has one, wants to work something out with me, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. That will be in the description box. And also the Jeter ones. I really wanted that shoe. Grew up loving Jeter, watching him. I live in New York. My mother loved Jeter. My mother, like, just was such a big fan of Jeter. She passed away in December. You know, I posted on Instagram a photo of when I seen her at her wake. I had me, my kids, and my wife actually sign a baseball I gave to her on Mother's Day. It was a baseball signed by Jeter. So I had all of us sign the baseball, and I put it in her hand, and it went with her, the actual baseball that I gave her years ago. The Derek Jeter signed baseball. It was cool. I had my kids sign it. It was a trip just to see, like, all of us, you know, write little messages on the baseball and give it back to her to take with her. So Jeter was a big deal for me and my family, and I love sneakers, and I would have loved to have that shoe. Still would. If anyone has a pair size 8.5, 9, or 9.5, wants to do a trade, or, you know, wants to work something out with me, if you're going to ask for some crazy price like $800 for it, don't even hit me up. I'd rather you just keep it for yourself and, you know, try to get that money from someone else, because I'm just going to be insulted if you ask me. But yeah, I did good, man. I did pretty good as far as pickups for 2014. As far as with sneakers, it was a good year. And let's see, we'll do one more question. It's Big Nick. Wants to know how I feel about the Teal 4s. I think that it's a nice shoe. I haven't seen it in person. I have a funny feeling it's going to look better in person. Kind of like how the, what was that colorway? The Green Glow 4s. That shoe I loved. I messed that shoe up. Got so dirty. I had to get rid of it. I actually want a new pair. If anyone has those in a size 8.5, 9, hit me up on Instagram, Twitter. Definitely looking for a new pair of those. I will do trades, or, you know, I will cop them off you as long as the price is decent. Looking for a new pair of those. I'm also looking for a pair of Fear 4s also. That's a shoe that I always wanted. Someone who's probably listening right now promised me that they were getting them for me and never came through. Kind of whack, but what are you going to do? They kept telling me even after it released, don't worry, don't get your pair, we got you. They never got it. You know, some people just aren't a man of their words. What are you gonna do? But I'm still looking for a pair of those. Those are fire. Love those. I think that teal 4 is going to look really nice in person, really nice on feet, especially once it's nice out. Or you may already be living where it's nice out. The weather could be beautiful where you're at. It's disgusting out in New York. It's cold and just snow and slush everywhere. It's the worst. And it's all over the East Coast. It's like this. So that's it for today's podcast. We're going to end it right there. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely a roller coaster ride. A whole lot going on. Talked about a lot. I hope you enjoyed everything. Hit that like button if you did. Share this Facebook, Twitter, Google+. You know, a lot of people always ask, how can we help you and your show? The best thing to do is just tell people about this right here, this YouTube channel. You don't understand how much it helps. It helps more than you could even imagine. So just share this on your Facebook, your Twitter. If you're at someone's house and you're messing around on the internet, show your friend my show, because they probably don't even know about it. There's a lot of people that do not know about my channel. As much as you may love my channel, you've been watching for so many years, there's so many people that have no clue about this channel. And by telling them, helps the show continue to grow and just continue on and on. As long as the show keeps growing, people are checking it out, I will continue to record reviews, record podcasts, and much, much more. And as far as the releases for tomorrow, I will post plenty of information on my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. Go there at 9:30 a.m. and then go back at 9:50 just in case I add stuff. I will give everyone a head start on the releases. Even the kids, the women with grade school sizes, I will try my best to put as much information to give you a head start over at thesneakeraddict.com. Also on my Twitter, I will be updating and trying to help you guys out with scoring your kicks in the morning like usual. 9:50 a.m. I'll usually start tweeting over at the Sneak Addict Twitter. Not always at my personal Twitter, but definitely over at the Sneak Addict. So make sure you're following that Twitter account. Catch up on all the reviews. Check out my Adidas Boost review. You're definitely going to enjoy that one, the Adidas Ultra Boost. Check out the Weatherman comparison video that I did. Really dope video with the 4 and the 7. Tons of episodes. Look in the description box. Thank you all for checking out today's episode. Whew! Another long one. Everyone have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And with that said, we out.